Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Pillars of Eternity, Complete Edition on Nintendo Switch. Alright, let's get our options here. Developer commentary, but I don't care about that. Seems okay. Sure, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, let's take that gamma up just a smidge. Oh, it'd be nice if there was an example to see what you're changing. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, let's go. Okay, easy difficulty requires minimal micromanagement and easily forgives mistakes in combat. It is strongly recommended for those who are new or recently returning to real-time party-based RPGs. Oh, it's got multiple difficulties. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Trial of Iron mode. Only one save file is kept for the entire playthrough. Player is killed. The file is deleted. Oh, that's like asshole mode, huh? I'll just call it that. Expert mode disables helper features. Yeah, never playing that. Story time is for players who are more interested in exploration and story development than the challenge of combat. While story time is active, the enemy composition of battles is the same as normal difficulty, but the game's mechanics are biased in the player's favor. Additionally, the party can carry an unlimited number of camping supplies. Yeah. Story time for me. I love a good story where I have an infinite bag. What, really? Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember all that right away. Or maybe a couple months down the road, either.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
That's right. I prevented that from happening. Yeah. Male. The place of men in society varies from culture to culture. Culture like Adar and the Deerwood place them at the forefront of military politics and heavy labor. Among the tribes of Nasatak, men perform many of the homesteading and organizational duties. In Glanfath and Ismatil, whatever. Men and women have more fluid societal or social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. A woman's role in Eora is largely dependent on where she is from. In the Ader Empire, Valian republics, and the Deerwood, women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles, they are the primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of the tribes of the Nasatak in Air Glanfath and Ismatil. Women and men have more fluid societal roles. In all societies, there are exceptions. Yeah, blah. Well, I will be boring and play a male. I said we'll be boring and play a male. Oh, I have to change this stuff myself. Okay, it doesn't know how to scroll through the menus without me. Alright, let's see. Humans are the most common race in Deerwood, the Ader Empire, Old Valia, and the Valian Republics. Though not as large as the towering Amawa. Humans are not as large. Humans are known for their strength and willpower. Resolve and magic +1. Amawa, well, you know what? I don't even care. I can't even pronounce what the hell you are. Dwarf. No, fuck dwarves. Elves are the dominant race in Glenfarth and the White that wends and are extremely common in the Deerwood and Ader. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as commonly isolationist nature, dexterity and perception. Warlaw, what the fuck? Just like a damn dwarf with horns. Why? Godlike. The godlike are children of the Kith, civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods. Though some do not consider it a blessing, these aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. Really? Well, not you. Maybe. Not you. Not you. Maybe. Great, I'm just gonna pick all the typical bullshit, huh? Well... yeah, let's do goat face. Goat face killer. Alright. No, go back here. What the hell are you doing? Subrace. Death godlike. Death godlike are the most distrusted of their kind. Strange growths cover their eyes, or in some cases entire face, giving them a sinister appearance. The growths are transparent for the godlike, but opaque from the outside, hiding their features. Death godlike are commonly killed at birth because many cultures consider them to be harbingers of doom. Death's Usher, when death godlike attacks an enemy with 25% or less endurance, their damage is increased. I don't know what any of that shit means. The bodies of fire godlike often resemble hot metal, burnt wood, or stone with harmless flames that erupt from the cracks of their skin. Yeah, okay. What the hell is... oh, Jesus. Moon godlike are the most tolerated of the godlike. While their skin tone and a large moon-like growth on their foreheads may be strange to some, their appearance are generally considered more palatable than the other kill. How about you, nature godlike? Nature godlike appear to be a fusion of human and animal features, often covered by plants, moss, or fungi. This led to the common stigma that they are diseased, and many are killed at birth. Yeah, I don't think I want to be the Andorian. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, why not? Body type. No. What the fuck happened there? I do like them kind of like taller, big assholes, right? I mean, it's nice to be thin, though. It really is. There. Let's be a giant asshole. It's a little more imposing, right? Since I guess I'm going to be playing an asshole. Alright, let's see. Barbarian, brutes, madmen, berserkers. Though city-dwelling people often use the term barbarian with a dose of disrespect, these rural warriors are respected by their communities for their ferocity and fearsome presence on the battlefield. Chanter. In every culture across Eora, there are chanters. Many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. They're no thanks. Cipher. Recently just discovered in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were once called Brishalgwyn, mind hunters by the Glanfadhans. Ciphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate with another person's soul and psyche using an ally or enemy's. Okay. Druid emits the. Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. Fighters from the. Yeah, that's boring, huh? Monks belong to a variety of fighting orders. They have sprung up in Ismatil and the Eastern Reach over the past few centuries, while many monastic orders can trace their teachings to the enduring founder, Tletek. Individual organizations are vary greatly in their focus, morality, and ethics. Common folk respect the incredible discipline of monks, but see them as odd, unpredictable bunch who may not entirely be sane. Yeah, that does kind of fit me, doesn't it, huh? Wizard, no. Rogue. Rogues are vicious killers feared for the brutality of their attacks. They can be found as often in dark back alleys as in the heart of battlefield skirmishes. Though unpredictable and undisciplined, rogues are commonly used as shock troops or part of a surprise assault. Their withering attacks breaking enemy ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in large numbers in cities where they can be steadily employed as mercenaries or hired muscle. See, I generally don't like to play rogues. Always having to get behind an enemy, it's like super annoying. I'm definitely not a paladin. Okay, well, I guess let's go monk. Let's see. This ability exploits, or torments reach. This ability exploits the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. Yeah, that ain't me, ain't it? The monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks. Yeah, sure. That sounds good to me. Okay, the roll. Might Constitution. Highly recommended for monk. Oh, okay, so these are all recommended for monk. Highly recommended, not just recommended. Perception, intellect. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright, so these three are recommended for monk. So, might represents character's physical and spiritual strength. Brute force is what their ability to channel powerful magics. Constitution is a combination of character's overall health and stamina, although it is not used much in interactions. It's sometimes checked to withstand pain or endure a physical taxing ordeal. In combat, it affects maximum health. And endurance. Dexterity. Dexterity is an abstraction of a character's hand-eye coordination, balance, and overall grace. In interactions, it can be used for sleight of hand and fast reactions. In combat, it affects the character's action speed. Why do these have like superstars on them? Am I really supposed to pay attention to those? Yeah, let's give that. Let's be generous, shall we? Sure. I know that's boring. Oh, God. How much more of this is my... Okay. The Aether Empire is currently the highest and most powerful force in this part of the world. It is centered around the equator and has a tropical climate. Do I look like a tropical climate person? Deathfire Archipelago consists of the nation Nasatok, dozens of Almora settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Orma, and a mix of variety of other races. That sounds boring as hell. Zimutal Plains. Izimutal? I don't know. Located in the northeast of Ir Glanfath, the Eastmal Plains are large expanses of fertile savannas. They're currently extensively farmed by humans and Orland residents. I guess I should just look at the bonuses. You know, who cares about the flavor text? So I got resolve, dexterity, resolve, intellect, constitution, magic, large crack, southern expanse of polar ice, the white. That Wens is home to pale elves and small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers, while virtually no plant life grows in the white is home to many hardy species of dangerous animals that forage the sea or prey upon each other to survive. Oh, that sounds like kind of where I would be, wouldn't it? The living lands, no, dominated by the Tama, and no. Once the crown jewel of southern areas, Old Valia is now the crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations. Wow, that sounds boring as hell. Okay, let's do the white that wins. Ooh, I am one dark bastard, aren't I? Look at that, like a Wookiee. Let's see. Aristocrat. That doesn't sound likely, huh? Drifter, hunter, explorer, labor, merchant, mystique. I guess hunter or yeah, let's do drifter. It sort of makes sense for that character's race, right? Okay. I have choices of heads. Well, I certainly don't want the default choice. That's our reverse horns. That's not too appealing, huh? It's either horny, or whatever that is. I guess it's still a horn. Like pyramid head. Let's do pyramid head. It's my portrait here. That's my portrait right there. That doesn't look like your license photo, sir. I swear it's me. Really? You don't have a pyramid head portrait? They gave me the other heads. Oh, well, that's disappointing. They don't have this guy's head? Or is that supposed to be him? Oh, I guess that's him. Yeah, let's just go with that. I don't care about the colors. I can barely see him anyway. Here, let's do this. I want to be able to see the goddamn character. Is that right there? Sure.
Yes. I'm flattered.
Yeah! Quick and quiet. Ready when you are.
I shall lead us.
Yeah!
Easy does it. Hey there. Follow me. Let's go.
They'll never know I'm here.
No.
What is it?
Sure. All right. Let's see. I like how it starts off with symbols. Like, how would you pronounce all that, right? There we go. Big Deke Jones. Yeah. I just spent 20 minutes on the character creator. Yeah. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfel, who carries the old sun-blenched bow. I said some stuff. He nods in your direction. Sparfel nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where do I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
Beawick. So, how do the little triangles change the pronunciation of those letters? They sound exactly like they look without the little triangles. You know what? Whatever. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
It's weird that they only speak the dialogue, and then I guess they expect you to go back and read this stuff. It doesn't make sense the way it's really to do that way, but okay, whatever.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight.
Hold on.
It's a Beawick. We'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get all Phil Collins on you. Okay,
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay, yeah, let's just go. Do I need to talk to everybody? I don't think I do. Fog of war. Interaction. Tapping A lets you interact with people and objects in front of you. To interact with distant people and objects, hold A and aim with the left stick, then release A to confirm your target.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
I'm pretty sure I'm broke and can't afford anything you have, because that's the way every one of these games is. Would you like to go to the shop? You can't buy anything. Pressing L or R lets you quickly cycle through your party members. To select all party members at once, press L and R simultaneously.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
I'm not gonna pee in that water, are you?
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Okay. In combat, the reticle is used to control your characters. It is route up automatically. Move it with the left stick to give your character an order by pressing A. Outside combat, the reticle is route up by pressing X. It is useful for traversing longer distances, especially in areas you've already explored. Yes, go and chop, both of you. Burned lady.
This is it.
I don't know why I needed to fade out like that. Okay. You're kind of a mystery to the rest of the caravan. Just some kind of wanderer, the way I hear it. That sort of thing tends to happen with orphans. Sure, I wander into the lives of fools, then talk them out of their money and wander back out. You have to be when people are looking for you. This isn't your business. Not the sympathetic type, huh? I don't necessarily know if I want to be the giant asshole. You have to be when people are looking for you. Oh, yeah, I'll just say I'm a wanted man. Yeah? How's it you happen to come here? They think I have something that belongs to them, something they're pretty intent on getting back. I crossed the dangerous people. I couldn't stick around. I don't know why they're looking for me, and I don't care to find out. I don't even know. Well, we've all got things we'd like to leave behind. God knows I do, I'll tell you that. Here's hoping they never track us down. Caliska breathes into her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? Nah, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city, just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Nowhere special, just putting as much time and distance between me and my old life as I possibly can. I'm going to continue onto the city, see where that takes me. I'll probably wander for a while, somewhere I can make some money. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. I'll probably wander a while. I couldn't judge you for that. Been half my life. Just watch yourself. You get too far off the beaten path, these lands are wild in more ways than one. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odem will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Wait, why are you here? Caliska sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Someday, somebody's going to pronounce that for me, and I won't have to figure that out. But I'll do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Dimma, I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rautai and another in Ader. My sister's in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? Not much for history, but from what I know, I used to be part of the Ader Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Oh, have they tried having sex? Or... I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfield's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little bit. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. It's kind of too bad there's like shit all over the screen, huh? But I'm sure I'll appreciate it later when I need to look at all that. Here's the water. Yeah, it's definitely not a locked frame rate. Just tends to bounce all over the place. Looks like it's trying to be minimum 30, but sometimes it hits 60. We'll see as the game goes on how well it sort of maintains what it can. Pressing and holding the ZL opens the general radio menu. It gives you access to the inventory, map, journal, and all other menus. Blink. Stuff. Oh, what the hell's on the bottom of the screen there? What the heck? It's just a jumbled mess. Okay, that was my last conversation, huh?
What a surprise. Sparfel went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You've gained an item, full water skin added to the stash. Out of the trees emerges Sparfel, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. He strides wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfel, are you all right?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
Ambush one guy? Oh, okay. Pressing and holding ZR opens the combat radial menu. It gives you access to the selected character's ability spells, quick items, and weapon sets. Okay. I guess I want to attack. That makes sense, right? Yeah, attack. Attack it, you bastard. And you, do you have anything special? I don't know. Oh, not really. Okay. Yeah. Go do the choppy thing. Oh, right in the kisser. You can quickly target enemies by holding A and aiming with the left stick. Releasing A then confirms your target, ordering your selected party member to attack it. Attack it.
on, we have to get back to camp.
I'm not gonna help my friend here. Oh, you got any boots or anything? No? Okay, fine. I mean, I hope he's okay. To select a single party member, hold L or R and aim. Oh, this is like the second time this they've said something. Wow, I guess people were confused on how to do that the first time. We better say it again just in case they're too stupid. I mean, that's usually sound advice for somebody like me. Let's chop. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Caliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hyoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Let's see. Why have you done this? We have not trespassed. We merely wish to pass through. I don't know what they did, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Murders will pay for your life. No, I would never say that. You try and kill us all either way. Why make it easy? Oh, yeah. How about that? The man gives a slight sideways nod of his head, perhaps acknowledging the astuteness of your response. Many things may happen. The only one you can be sure of is that you hold your weapons. I will drain his blood upon the ground. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. Might. Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one may yet lives. Or athletics. Rush the man before he can react. You know, I don't really know that guy that well, so yeah, let's rush him. He shoves Hayden towards you. As he does so, the man takes his blade against Hayden's torso. Hayden screams and stumbles forward. A wide gash in his clothing begins to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. I don't know that guy. Who cares? Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs in the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amongst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odima's body stirs, and with a great effort, he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
I only had to kill one guy. Did I kill the leader? I didn't realize that. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of the weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. Without a weapon in your hands, you can do little to help him from where you stand. I can. I'm a damn monk. I don't need weapons. Oh, I don't have enough dexterity. Okay, well, allow Hayden to break free on his own. You're on your own, buddy. Wrestling free of the attacker's grip, Hayden lands a blow that sends the assailant reeling, and he makes a mad dash for the ledge upon which you stand. Suddenly, as he reaches for the rock face, his body jerks back and is rigid, as though it were a bow being strung. His shrieks of pain grow panicked, abandoned of all restraint, like someone tethered to a stake and set aflame. A slender wisp of spectral light emerges from his back, rising out of him like smoke before separating itself and disappearing into the ether. All at once he screams. The screams stop, and Hayden is dead. There is a deep resonance to the wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. The stealth skill is used to avoid detection. Oh, really? Is that what it's used for? Thanks. Classes like rogues and rangers start with a bonus to stealth.
That was... We should be dead. We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Let's see, can I save? Yes, okay, good. Escape the ruins. The lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Barney!
We have to be careful in here. Place has been open to the wilds for a couple thousand years. Might be a lot of vermin taking shelter here. 4-legged if we're lucky. 2 if not.
What happened out there? Kaliska shakes her head. Windstorm. One of a kind they only get in Ir Glanfith. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Biwik. Biowak, which to them it's the god's way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Who attacked us? Glanfathans? Those be the hut dwellers Odema warned you about. Look to be fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They'll go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Galafathan, the Glanfathans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow that. But as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she glances down the passage beyond, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in our caravan? Well, I'm pretty sure they're dead. Why would you ask that? Kaliska's lips press together, and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got a hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about this. Kaliska looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse, too. Seen worse and kept on walking, because there's nothing else to be done. Because there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Up or down? Let's go south. It's too bad the fog of war is constant, and that it doesn't lift for areas that you've been to. But that may be just to ease the performance of the game. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a saurup. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, it won't hurt you. The saurup recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Raise your arms to stand still. Creature cocks its head and approaches you. A soft clicking sound. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, well, let's back away. The Sarp watches warily as you go. Okay. Leave me alone. Why the hell do I want to fight it? I want to fight everything. Not some barbarian. Pressing left enables scout mode. It lets you move stealthily past enemies, discover hidden objects.
A blade in the dark.
These tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful. Okay, well, let's not go there then. So. Those symbols are just like in the tiles, are they? A symbol of patterned circles is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. Fire godlike? No, not me. Use the torch to light the brazier. Yeah, let's use it. The flames kindle swiftly in the brazier, winding their way upwards. Set the place on fire. Yeah. This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. Really? It shows a procession of Engwithins from all the Kilth races. Oh, really? Okay. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with flame. Oh, hint, hint.
They won't see me coming.
Do I need to be stealthy? This is Snake. Oh, what the hell is that? So something or other. Oh, it got me. Okay, fine. Here. Choppy, choppy. Where did that slime come from? Viscous and oily, this muck clings to anything it touches. Well, let's not touch it then. That seems pretty straightforward. This stuff is so sticky. Let's see, the inventory is navigated using both the left stick and the right stick. Use the left stick to navigate the grid and the right stick to quickly navigate the menu sections. You can toggle the inventory's stash by pressing on the right stick. If expert mode is active, the stash can only be accessed when camping or in town. Oh wow, that sucks. Who the hell would want to do that? What do we got here? We got bows, hide armor, and a poleaxe. Well, that's not really me, is it, huh? Are these individual? The character sheet shows characters' attributes, skills, and abilities, and talents in greater detail. Use the right stick to navigate these sections. Okay, well. What does she have? She has a torch and what the hell is she even equipping? There's the weapons, okay. She has an axe and a torch. Her axe is what, 13 to 19 damage. Oh, what is this? This is 17 to 24 slash crush. Okay. Yeah, let's swap them out. What's my armor here? It is medium armor 7. It's light armor 5. Light armor 5. Okay. Boy, the text gets all fucked up when you whenever you have to change all your menus or something. But that's okay. All right, why don't we stop it there? This is Audap. You're watching Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition on Nintendo Switch. I find this game very fascinating. I mean, I was raised on the old CRPGs, so the Baldur's Gate style games, which this looks like it borrows very heavily from. So I can understand if people think that this kind of game is clunky. So if you're not used to a lot of CRPGs, then it may seem a little awkward to maneuver and how the combat is handled. But I think it's pretty good. It does not run well. Let's just get that up front. I mean, the frame rate's unlocked, so it just varies and just runs at whatever rate it wants to run at the time. So if you're expecting a smooth performance, that's not what you're going to get here. I do like that they've basically scaled the interface and made the text and things legible. The controls are pretty good. On PC, of course, it used the full range of the keyboard and the mouse, and was unnecessarily complex, with keys going all over the place, across everywhere. So it's kind of nice being able to play this on a controller, where it's sort of built around the controller. You can certainly play the other game with the controller on PC as well, but it was really awkward and funky. I think this is probably worth your time. Even if you're not into the Western-style RPGs, I think you might be able to gain some interest in this. The script writing is, okay. It's not super solid. I don't necessarily like the style of the words, but that's more of a personal preference. You may find that intriguing. I kind of find it, real haughty, right? Just fancy sounding just for the sake of it. But other than that, I think it's good. I think it's worth checking out. So if you haven't played it before, or if you just want to play it in a portable sense, then it's certainly worth your time and money. And I would suggest it to folks that are interested. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.